Welcome everybody to NASRA as we get set to go 100 laps around USA Speedway. It is the season opener for these guys as they get ready to head out on track. You can see them already on practice. They've been practicing now for about a little over 30, well, right around 30 minutes. Going to be pumped up for this season, man. I have never in 300, what did we think, counting my last one, 341 broadcasts. It's been a while since I've been this pumped up for a season opener. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be legit. These guys are some of the best super late models on iRacing. I keep mentioning it. There's some very fast guys in here. And notice I didn't say some. They're not all in here, but I promise you there are some very great super late models in here. I'm so excited for this season. Welcome to the Big C's Paint Shop 100 as we get ready to go racing here for 100 laps around USA or Lakeland Speedway. Make sure you go check out Big C's Paint Shop. He is a painter. He does design some of these cars. Go check him out. Awesome thanks to him for sponsoring it. Awesome group of guys as well. So, what is in store for tonight? Well, here's a look at the weather. There you go. And I forgot to take that off, so I apologize. One thing I keep hearing, guys, is about looseness. Some guys are fighting a loose race car. Not really sure why. Just one of them deals, you know, with iRacing, with the super late model, with here at USA. It's one of the things that these guys, this is an open setup, so they're going to have to be making adjustments, hopefully, here in the practice session. If they did not, well, I'm sorry, but you're probably not going to do well. So, hopefully these guys got the setups and all that good stuff in sync. They've had a while now to actually get everything going. This is the first race, as I mentioned, so they kind of knew way ahead of time to get that setup dialed in to where you like it. And it looks like the setups are dialed in quite a bit for a lot of these guys. If you go all the way back to the field, we got right now 32 drivers who have currently put down a lap. And if we go all the way back, it's only about a 7/10 difference from first to 31st. You're not going to get much closer than that. I'm just going to be honest. If you can, okay. But, you know, there may be a couple leagues out there that have some great drivers as well and stuff like that. Some of these probably run in it. But you're not going to get much closer than that, especially here at USA. 7/10's not that big of a difference. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit on speed. One of the things that I have noticed when it comes to these races, now, remember, I'm kind of fairly new to the super late model game. Yeah, I don't have that much experience in it. Maybe a little bit after I broadcasted last season, but one thing I fairly know when it comes to these types of tracks, the tracks that does not have the type of banking, such as a Bristol or something like that would have in the super late model. One thing I have noticed is that you must have the drive off the corner. If you do not have drive off, you're not going to win this race. Flat out, no chance, unless there's a wreck in front of you and you just happen to be there and make it through it. But as I'm saying this, I mean, the drive-off is so important when it comes to these flat tracks, and I know probably, I'm sure there's some guys in chat, comment, maybe I'm wrong, but for these flat tracks, I feel like the most important thing is the drive-off of these tracks. So, that's what these guys are kind of based on. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I haven't talked to all these guys. I have talked to the 72 of Tyler Cox making his NASRA debut here tonight. I think he raced a couple races last season, but his first full-time season is here tonight. But one thing I have talked to him was his car's set up for the long run. I don't know if we're necessarily going to have a super long run. Now remember, these guys are not allowed to take tires, so of course the car will come in later. That could be good for him. He currently sits 5th right now. I got a couple favorites, and I want to go ahead and get who I think is going to walk out ahead of this season with the championship. One of them is being Tyler Cox. There's about 4 other drivers I really got my eye on. Donald Clark is one of them. He's 4th right now on the board. Another guy is defending champion Jonathan Smith. You always got to keep him inside your top 5. Another guy is A.J. Rogers in the 17. Keep your eye on him. And I don't want to say he's a long shot by any means, because in my personal opinion, he is not a long shot. Joshua Hart. He is driver of the 71 car tonight. He might not be the fastest tonight. This may not be his track. Trust me, do not count him out. He is always up towards the front. Somehow, some way, he finds his way up. And that is my top 5 to win a championship tonight. And there's some other guys in there as well that is very interesting. Once again, I want to give a shout out to all the sponsors. You'll see them during the commercial break as qualifying gets ready to get started here. You'll see them during the break, and I want to give a shout out to all of them. Without that, the broadcast would not be possible. Trust me, the broadcast is not cheap. I'm just going to be honest, it's not. It's not the cheapest thing in the world. Yes, we are one of the cheapest broadcasters, but it is not the cheapest thing in the world to pay for. So without the sponsors, there's no way this would be possible. And honestly, without NASRA, I wouldn't be here because honestly, they really keep me entertained on Sundays because I love doing this for these guys. They do a great job. And also, if anybody's wondering what program I use, I want to give a shout out to ATVO. That is the program I use to broadcast, not RTVO, even though it's a good program. I use ATVO, and most of my overlays was thanks to somewhat me editing it as well, but also thanks to Skylar Allen for that. So a couple cars already out there on the track. You can see where they are as they're out there. Here's a look at the Tyler Cox in the number 72. Big Dog Concrete from Oxford, Maine. A short track racer himself, representing Overtake Motorsports and Oxford Autism Awareness. We'll probably see a couple of them cars as well this year. So we'll see how he's able to qualify right now, showing in the 4th position. Jacob Smith, another guy in the 54, slowly coming to an end. Currently in 14th. A couple of these guys right now, Adam Jocelyn. Jocelyn seems to be the guy to beat this week. I'm just going to be honest. He's been the guy that everybody's kind of talked to after the practices, or kind of looked at after the practices and kind of said, hey, Adam Jocelyn is the guy to beat. Will he have the long run speed is what's going to be the question. If you look down through here, one name I had not noticed in here, which is kind of weird, I thought he would run it, is Logan Runyon. Now, Logan's a great driver. Of course, he races in real life. That may be why. But his teammate is Dante Curtis. Keep your eye on the number 53 car, someone else that can possibly get a big chance at winning this race. We're going to have a poll. It pops up on the screen here soon. Let me know if you think one of these guys is going to win this race. If you don't think any of them was winning, you'll see it in the chat. Just you'll see it. You'll figure it out. It pops up here. So yeah, you'll see who all that has a chance. I mean, like I said, and who's going to walk out of here as the winner. I mean, there's so many guys, like I mentioned, that could walk out of here easily with the win, and we just have to wait and see if that's how it plays out for them. Alright, so we still got a few more laps here in practice. Or qualified, I apologize. Sorry, I'm getting the poll ready for you guys to answer. And kind of hard to, you know, back and forth. As I mentioned, Jonathan Smith, the last year's Super Late Model champion. Alright, so a thing's going to pop up in the chat, and you can vote on this. Who do you think's going to win? You should see it pop up in the chat right about now. And, yeah. Let me know who you think's going to get this a win tonight. As Scott Austin back in here tonight. He's a sponsor of the league. 84 out there as well. Let's figure out what my live chat is. I've lost it, guys. There we go. Alright. So, right now, Tyler Cox on top of the board of who wins. Let me know if you think someone else is. Make sure you get your votes in. Right now, only one vote. And we'll do another vote around halfway during a commercial break. And we'll see what everybody thinks. Levi Poland in the 91, a guy to watch out for this season. Most votes, Tyler Cox. Voted for himself. Good job, Tyler. Always a great thing to do. So Tyler Cox, of course, voted for himself. But hey, we'll do another vote here soon. As you see Levi, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people saying this car is loose. Tim Bills, as he rolls out on track, going to be one of the favorites as well. Check out that paint scheme he's running for this year. Always has great paint schemes on the side of that 37. Always try to give some local companies some TV time. H&A Sign Supply. And of course, Will and the Dillon Motorsports team for him. Great group. of guys over there. We try to get a lot of them during our caution breaks and try to show everybody the paints of their favorite drivers. So if you want to see a driver, make sure you request it, and we'll try to get that in the broadcast as well. Sometimes it's hard for me to go back and forth, but you get it. It's just the way it is. So a little bit of information about these guys is some guys still qualifying. This is Russell Chardinsky showing in the 11th right now in that number 9 spot, or 19 car. But a little bit about these guys. This week we head to USA. Next week is the Limp Machinery 100 from Martinsville Speedway. Really looking forward to Martinsville, one of my favorite tracks. Then we head to Richmond, and that kind of have a special meaning to me. Autism Awareness 100 from Richmond International Speedway. And then Southern National, Irwindale 100. Midwest Power Source is from Irwindale. Stafford 100 from Phoenix. AJR Monster Mile 100, that is from Stafford Motor Speedway. Oh, I'm sorry, that is from Dover. Then we go to South Boston for South Boston 100. The Bob Loran 100, that's a interesting one. Presented by the Roughnecks from Myrtle Beach. New Smyrna 100, and the PruittTeam.com 100. Of course, Pruitt Team, a big factor in this. Make sure you check them out as well. PruittTeam.com. Good group of guys over there as well. So far, 31 drivers have put in a lap. You may see a couple guys that have not put in a lap. Some guys will not even attempt to qualify because, of course, we do have a race control that is done by Chuck Smith. So a lot of guys in here. Trust me, if you want to get into a super late model league and have a chance to win a championship, I think they have some prizes at the end. Now is the chance to actually do that. Please, I'm not even begging. If you're a decent racer and think that you have a chance to come out here and show these guys up and prove them wrong, come here, race in a league. Got to be clean and smart. Yeah, we're going to have cautions, I understand that, but come out here, come and watch these races. You're going to have a blast and race with them. They're fun. These guys are always fun to watch, like I mentioned. So yeah, right now we're watching Tim Bills. He qualifies in the top 4. So 4th place right now for Tim Bills with a 19.625. How about Adam Jocelyn's lap though, 19.520. That is a great lap. And yeah, really getting ready to go here. Only 2 minutes left here in qualifying. I know Tim out there probably getting some practice in as well, so we're just going to continue to watch him in that number 37 car. If anybody else pulls out, we'll hop over right now. Nobody else out there on track. We may have Jerry Glenn. Is he going? I believe he is. Number 97 going to go back out. He hasn't completed all his laps right now in a 31st position. So he's looking to try to hopefully get up a few spots. About 7.91 off the lead. Not too far off the positions in front of him. And you kind of see he's just slowing down. He's going to put the brakes on there and probably reset, I would imagine. And most of qualifying over. Tim Bills still out there. You know what? Let's actually bring in our pole sitter, Adam Jocelyn from Full Throttle Motorsports. Hey, Adam Jocelyn, you got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Man, new season starting out here tonight. Really looking forward to this one. And you have been the guy to beat, one of the guys that everybody's really been talking about even after practice. How do you feel about your car?
I feel we're gonna see how it goes during the race. I've lately with this car, it's been fast for one lap, but I think we made it better for the race. So we're just gonna see how it do.
Of course, the goal for every driver in here is to win the championship of the season. You was really fast last season. Is there anything in particular that you're trying to work on for this season to catapult you to that championship level?
We got a new team. I'm on new number, so we're trying to go for a championship. That's all we're gonna try and do.
Well, man, you're always fast. So go out there, put that car in victory lane, starting first tonight. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. That was Adam Jocelyn, the driver of the number 78 car. Keep your eyes on him. As I mentioned, he's going to be the one that everybody's currently watching for this session. I mentioned that. He's been the talk of the town over the past couple practices. So, here we go. We're about to get this enough practice, enough qualifying. It's time to go out there and show what you brought to the track, which setup, and I say setup because honestly, without a good setup, you're not going to win. Which setup will prevail? Which driver will prevail here at USA or Lakeland Speedway? The grid starting to set. You see Adam Jocelyn as we take a look here at your grid. Jocelyn starting beside the number 53 of Dante Curtis. Starting in row number 2, we got Jason Day. Keep your eye on the 51 this season. Tim Bill is going to be starting in the 37, another guy that could actually win this championship. AJ Rogers, I mentioned him in the pre-race, how great he is, alongside AJ Brissett. We know AJ's a good driver. I don't even have to go into that detail. You can see his I rating right there. Definitely a great driver in the super late models. Brian Hacker, alongside Tyler Cox, going to be starting in 4th. A couple guys from up north, from Illinois and Maine. Donald Clark, alongside Russell Brown Jr. from Carolina and Georgia. A couple southern guys in here. Starting in the middle of the field, we got Russell Charninsky, Jonathan Smith from the 23 car. Row number 7, we got Scott Austin starting alongside David Passmore Jr. Row number 8, Jason Tarasenko back in here again this season, always fast. Keep your eye on Jason, he won a race last year. Michael Godric going to be starting in 16th. In row number 9, we got Brandon Wilkinson alongside Aaron Ames in the 57 super late model. A little bit further back, Doc Stout from Virginia, I believe up towards Danville area. A very good driver, knows how to make setups. Might not be fast right now in qualifying. We'll keep your eye on him as alongside of Joseph McWhorter, who's always fast as well. Kyle Lorraine, Chris Stewart in row number 11. Row number 12, we got Jimmy Babs and Jacob Smith. And if you've never listened to the broadcast or the podcast these guys do, please do yourself a favor and listen to it. It is one of the funniest things I've been a part of. Really awesome. Bob Loren, another guy to keep an eye on, alongside that 91 Levi Poland, back in here again for another season. TJ White alongside Christopher Moody in the number 99. Never broadcasted TJ, have seen Christopher race, a very good driver himself. Damian Plazmesser into 081 alongside Denny Lawson from Indiana. Row number 16, we got Jerry Glenn and Joshua Hart. And that does it, I believe. Charles Lahr. No, Charles Lahr is not, so I apologize. Alright guys, it has come down to this. We are about to get the green flag in the air. I know the nerves have been steadily building for a lot of these drivers up to this point. Super late models from USA Speedway about to get underway. It is the 78 car of Adam Jocelyn, and as things are going to happen in a hurry, expect cautions. It does look like we sent a couple people home, by the way. So 11 drivers, it looks like. Actually, about 9 drivers got sent home. So keep that in mind. The pace car lights are out one more time around in the 2018 super late model season going to get underway. This is a 12 race season, so we'll be going through it quickly here. 100 laps tonight as we get ready to shake all of it up, and it's really about to get shook up here in just about 30 seconds. It's about to get really loud, and we're going to be a part of it. Thank you all, by the way, for joining me, as the Ford Mustang pace car is going to drop down the pit lane here at USA. The car is starting to tighten up. Here we go. 2018 super late model season is underway from USA Speedway. We are racing live for the NASRA racing season. Going down into turn 1, you can see already still 2x2 right now. Nobody really making an advantage. Here comes the outside line starting to prevail. That's Dante Curtis up on that outside. He's going to take the lead on the outside from the 78 car. A little bit further back, we got AJ Brissett in the 25 and the 11 of Brian Hacker side by side with the Midwest Power Source and the next gen Toyota as they go down in turn number 2. Up off turn 2, we're still side by side for the time being. We'll have to wait and see what happens as we go back down into turn 3. Everybody getting to the bottom line. Right behind him is Donald Clark in right now 9th place. Already one of the biggest movers of the race so far is Tyler Cox, who started back in 8th. He's already up to 5th in that number 72. Big Dog Concrete super late model. Keep your eye on him. He said he's got a setup that could be good for the later runs. A little bit further back, we got the 57 of Aaron Ames working with right in front of the 32 Joseph McWhorter and Doc Stout as that gets single file. Right now, everybody kind of single file as we look back up towards the front. We're still watching the 25 of AJ Purcell, working on the back of 11 of Brian Hacker for 7th place. AJ started up in 6th, lost 2 spots at the drop of the green flag, so that outside row, it did work for the outside pole. Not so much for this guy. I do want to show you guys something. Look how hot the brake rotor will get inside this car. That is one thing to keep an eye on as the race goes on. You do not want to make sure you lock up any kind of brakes. You can just see it glowing super red. It does cool off back down into turn 1. You can see it once again, how red that thing gets. Really cool. You can even see them glowing from this angle. If we get close enough and the camera turns, you'll see them glowing pretty good. You can kind of see it there. So something to keep an eye on as these races go on. We are still single file for the most part. Great racing all around. We'll jump up to AJ Rogers, the driver of the 17 car, one of the favorites coming into this season right now, working on Jason Day in the 51. Jason with a little bit of damage actually already on the right side of that car. You can see it right there, that wheel sticking out quite a bit as he exits turn number 4. And once again, you can see that brake rotor glowing quite a bit as we still stay green. We're already 8 laps into this race. And one of the things that's going to happen, these cars will start to tighten up. In my opinion, they're going to tighten up. Once again, you other guys, you can kind of, that is familiar with super late models. I'm expecting these cars to tighten up. I know some of these cars started off really loose, so I don't expect it to get loose as the run goes on and the rubber gets put down. You already see the 72 actually using the apron to actually help rotate the center of that car, right in the center of the turn right here. Can see him really get it right there, uses it, and actually gets a little loose as he exits turn number 4. Right in front of Tim Bills. Bills is actually going to have a look, not going to be able to do anything with it right now against the number 72, Tyler Cox from Oxford, Maine. A little bit further back in the field, we've got air names side by side. This is the 57 and the 00 of Jimmy Babs. You see the 00 there. Back in here again for this season. Great driver. Very fun to watch. Very good guy as well. Coming up off turn 4, Babs going to be able to stay in the 22nd position. Once again, we had 25 drivers start the race. We did have a couple guys go home from 26. We had about 10 guys go home. So definitely not the way they wanted to start out. I believe they still get points for at least making an attempt to qualify. So please, guys, if you're watching, come back and just get your setup a little bit more dialed in. Actually surprised that some of these guys did not qualify as well. 21 of Jason Tarasenko, he's starting to work his way up. I kind of mentioned he started in 15th, he's up to 14th right now. He's one of the guys that is super fast weekend whenever he races here, and he is one guy that could actually go on to win this championship if he gets the right opportunity. He's got to be in the right spot, and track position, of course, everybody knows, very key here when it comes to this type of race. Back up towards the front. It is Dante Curtis still leading the way here at USA, and has pretty much kind of checked out. We go a little bit further back. This is Jason Day getting passed by AJ Rogers. AJ finally going to be able to make it past him. As you look back at Tyler Cox from Jason Day's car. Kind of different views. Oh, a little bobble there on the 51. Tyler Cox going to look to the inside. That's a very dangerous move, but Jason shuts the door. Tyler really smart in backing that down as well. It could have been bad for both of them. You see the 25 as well, AJ Brissett. As we continue racing here at USA. Remember, we do got a poll coming up on lap number 50. We'll have a poll coming up. Hopefully we're going to, I'd like to give something away for the poll. Maybe just a random winner one day. Maybe not today, but I'd like to give something away sometime to somebody. Like a free track on iRacing or something like that. I don't know. Here comes the 72. Off of turn number 4. Looking, still working on the back end of that number 51 of Jason Day, riding on board now with Tyler Cox. From Oxford, Maine. I believe it's Oxford's where he's from. fighting a little loose off turn 4. I think that's more, I don't want to say strategy, but I think he's actually running that low on purpose and using the apron on purpose. I'm sure you guys that run a lot of these races have an idea that it does help rotate the car. We got one car on pit road. That's Aaron Ames in a 57. Kind of surprising. Remember, these guys are not allowed to take tires. And so that's one thing that he's going to have to be aware of as he comes down. And unfortunately, not the way he wanted to start his season in the number 57. Side by side, this is 21. Jason Tarasenko puts the door to the 40. Michael Goddard, Tarasenko gets loose. And we'll have our first instant replay of the season. As you see, Tarasenko come up just a little bit, making a little bit of contact, and gets loose. Does a good job on keeping that car, however, does fall all the way back to the 19th position, so gave up a lot of spots there on that. Side by side, this is the 86 of David Passmore Jr. working on that 40 car of Michael Goddard. And right now, Passmore's time is actually looking fairly consistent. So far, the fastest lap of the race, of course, Dante Curtis back on lap number 2, but looking at David's time that we're watching right now, that 86, at the moment, running fairly consistent laps, honestly. Most of these guys are. He's actually faster than the first 5 guys in front of him. Of course, traffic could play a factor on that as well. I mean, you just never know. Haven't really talked about the guy behind him too much, Brandon Wilkinson. I know that name. Very good driver, the number 26, Kirkwood Designs, or Kirkwood Transportation, I'm sorry. Right in front of that 49 of Chris Stewart, and the 26 is going to go a little bit high. Brandon, a very good driver. I believe I've seen him race on a couple other leagues as well. So that's somebody to watch out for this season. In that 26 right now in 16. Keep in mind, guys, just because these guys are further back does not mean that they're actually no good. That just means that their setup could be struggling a little bit. Could mean that, you know, they couldn't find a balance right on the car because this is an open setup league. It may mean that they have a long run car. We're only 26 laps in, now 27 almost. But it's just something to keep in mind. Most of these guys in here know what they're doing as they race, and it looks like Tyler Cox did get some of the wall. Let's see if we can see any damage. A little bit of damage on that right front, and yeah, it does hurt the car, so he did pancake the side of the wall. Don't know if it's really going to slow him down too much in that car, so we'll have to wait and see. But so far, so good. He's still running inside the top 5, but he did pancake the wall quite a bit. Speak a little bit about our pole sitter, Adam Jocelyn. His car's still looking very good. As we take a look at some of these cars, we can get a rundown. Let's start up front with Dante Curtis, the driver of the 53. He took the pole on the lap number 1 as we got a caution out on track, and it looks like a good one. A 40 car is involved. He was running right in front of that 86, and 86 is around as well. Let's get a replay at what happened here. Back just a little bit. The 86 came up, making contact, around he goes. And does anybody else get involved? Looks like that was about it, so not too much damage. Don't know if there was any damage on David's car. A little bit of left front. Everything else looks to be okay for now. Alright guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break as our first caution of the night. You're watching TRN, watching live coverage of NASRA Racing League. welcome back to NASRA, the best of the best super late models drivers on our races. Some of the best, anyway. Very close. Either way, we've seen a very good race tonight. It has not disappointed. You can see it's tough to pass here, guys. This is not one of them tracks where it's going to be super easy to pass. You're going to have to start putting the bumper to some guys. I think later in this race we'll start to see that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, honestly. First things first, you know what, let's go ahead and get our poll out of the way just in case we do not have another caution. We will just give you the number, and if you need to, you can look up to have an idea of who these guys are. I asked this question once again. Now let's get everybody's opinion. Who wins tonight? Put your votes in now, and it will pop up on the screen as your live vote counts. So make sure you get the vote in. You got 1 minute to do so, as the slots are still on. We're about to double up, so make sure you get that vote in, and you will not miss one thing. Get the votes in. You got just a few moments to do that. And you know what, guys? We are back to racing. Actually, I missed it. I completely apologize. I butchered that one. You know what? We're going to cut this off. And we're back to racing. I apologize. I was on replay. So right now, we're still single file up front. Let's go back a little bit. Battle for fifth. Tyler Cox and 37 of Tim Bill side by side. Cox going to be able to take that spot right now. Tim with a little bit of trouble coming out of turn number 4. Almost gets into the wall. Still side by side. You see that 25 of AJ% there looking on as well. They're able to pass it. Let's go back a little bit further. It's side by side, 3 wide. Here we go. Big trouble about to happen as we're 4 wide. We stay green. There it is. The 23 up in. We got a car up on the side. That is the 49. Oh, man. Big trouble for the 21 car. Hard contact and multiple drivers involved. I can count at least 6 guys that was involved in this one. You want to see a wreck? Watch this. This started way back here, going to turn number 1. As a 19 got a little bump from the 5, and that's pretty much what started. Oh, actually, the 19 man got to the 70 a little bit. From there, it was all chaos. Watch this 49 go up on the roof. There it goes of the 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers involved in that one, possibly more. Oh man, and some of the drivers that was involved. So 54 involved in that one? Yes. A 14. Bob Loren, did he get damaged as well? No, I think it was from Mayor back, so it looks like Jacob Smith got some damage in a 54 car. The 00 of Jimmy Babs may actually made it out. A 86 with some damage. The 23 of Jonathan Smith. Jason Tarasenko, we knew got damaged. The 26 of Brandon Wilkinson. The 502 got some damage, and from there it was just even bigger than that. So what I want to do is do this. Here we go. Riding on board with Doc Stout. That happened. He almost made it through it. There you go. Hard into the wall. Man. And it blew it up. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. The Easter Bunny 150. I think I actually seen that wreck. I don't know why I think I seen it, but I think I actually did see that wreck. Man, a good one though. Right now, Devontae Curtis still, and honestly, I'm actually surprised that didn't happen sooner. To be completely honest with everybody, because usually, you know, that happens very, you know, kind of in everything. I mean, with the many drivers we started, usually I expected a little bit more wrecks early than that. So definitely surprised to see that, or not surprised to really see a wreck happen. Yes, please do. Let's see, what car is it? Mainly Motorsports TV. Let me see. I haven't found out what car. If we don't double up, I'll check. Are we doubling up yet? Let me look. We're doubling up. I'll see if I can get it. Let me know what car it was, and I'll see if I can get a picture of it, and maybe you'll know more about it than I will. So we're 40 laps in. We're about to go back green on lap 41. Still a few laps to go, and I hope I got rid of that, and I did not. So far, 2 cautions for only 10 laps. Not bad for as many cars as we started. Remember, we started 25, I believe, 25 cars. Of course, we had to send a couple guys home. So it's going to be a good one. Let's see what happens here as the pace car going to go down pit road. And green flag back into the air as rubber is starting to take place on this track. You're starting to see it really rubber up. As it is Dante Curtis into turn number 1. Going to be leading this down in and pulling away. AJ Rogers trying to take away second as they come off turn number 2. AJ right now underneath the driver of the 78, that's Adam Jocelyn on that inside. He's not going to be able to take that spot. And AJ Rogers moves up inside the line, slowly starting to work. At the moment, Tyler Cox battling on the outside with the driver of the 11, Brian Hacker. Remember, that outside line really seems to really hesitate right now. They really don't get up and go like you want. So Cox having a handful of getting down on track right now. The 25, AJ Brissett looking underneath him. Almost making contact. Cox going to go around. And he's trying to save it. Caution flag comes out. Oh, this is going to end bad. Big trouble for the 72. And unfortunately, his not, and the 23, Jonathan Smith, not the way they wanted their season to start out. Let's see what happened. You guys be the judge of this. You know, I'm one to always call it fair. And right there, it looked like the 72 may have actually came down a little bit on the 25. You be the judge and let me know exactly what it kind of looked like. I know it definitely wasn't intentional, but that's kind of what it looked like. And unfortunately for Tyler Cox, who had a top 5 car right there, just that final shot. And then Jonathan Smith with a hard hit, just nowhere to go. I mean, you can't. No, there ain't nothing you can do in that situation. We're riding on board. You'll see it right here in front of him. Nowhere to go. You'll see him work the wheel. As we exit turn 2 right here in just a second. 3 wide actually right there in front of him. Actually, there's a wreck happening right there as well. And then right here, there was actually 2 wrecks at one time. Who was the other wreck? 54. Let's see if we can actually get that. This was Jacob Smith in the 26. Oh, actually, he saved it. He saved it, and he got caught up in it. Man. A tough break for these guys. That's just, you know, just one of them things. You guys know when you race super late model, short track race, and you got to move on. You got 11 more races to get into the winner's circle and try to be etched in glory, so to speak. A little bit of information, by the way, about these guys. This is actually season number 2 for their super late model series. So this is only the 2nd season they've ever ran this. And I'm going to be honest, the way they actually run it really seems like one of the better super late model series. And I'm not taking nothing away because there's a lot of great super late model series. But yeah, I mean, really, it is a good league. And you can go to our homepage and read about it. I think I posted it. The bot posted it. But you can go see it there and find out more about them and where they came from. There's a big story about it on our page. So yeah, make sure you go check them out. Race NASRA NASRA. You can actually find out how to join, I think, as well there. I think there's something there, I think. If not, just get in contact with them. I'm sure you can get involved with these guys. Once again, all the sponsors, PruittTeam.com. Roughneck sponsoring this year. We got Austin Designs, Big C's Paint Shop, which is in tonight's race. Big shout out to them. Big C's Paint Shop 100. Check them out on Facebook. Does a really great job on paints, by the way. As by the way, the paint car is in or out, or lights are out. Also, Lint Machinery, AC Paints, by the way. Also sponsoring this year. Adam Jocelyn Racing, Midwest Power Source, and of course TRN. You're home for NASRA. I love saying that. I don't know why. Well, guys, we got 48 laps down. We're about to go green. We got about half the race left. Green flag back out of the air, and let's see. The little car's coming hard, blinking a little bit further back. And what a restart by AJ Rogers. He is going to have a chance. He does enter that turn a little bit higher than the 53. Is he clear to 78? He does clear. As we stay side by side a little bit further back. This is AJ Brissett and the 11 of Brian Hacker. Brissett looking underneath. 25 going to check up. It's going to cause a small accordion effect. That's going to open up the door for the 32 of Joseph McWhorter. 32 going to struggle a little bit exiting the turn. He's going to have to give up a couple spots. He falls back to 10th. As I thought I seen somebody going around, I did not. Bob Loran, this right here's a really good battle on track. The 14 and the 19. Russell Charninsky and Bob Loran. This right here, really great battle between these two guys. They've been going at it now for the last couple laps. I've been kind of seeing it all my lifetime and been around each other almost the entire race. Looks like Ram may be able to take it on that high side this time. That may open the door. No, here comes the 19. Once again, like I said, they've been going at it for quite a few laps. Let's see if the 14 can clear him. He does clear him, and not going to be able to clear him all the way as they work out of turn number 2. Does this time. That's going to open the door for Donald Clark. As they kind of sort that out, we'll jump back up towards, let's go back a little bit further. We got the 54 actually in the wall. Let's see what happened. He gets a little loose. You see the back end wanting to kick around. That's a 70 above him. Jacob Smith and Russell Brown nowhere to go, just gets involved. And that's not going to make Russell too happy. The 54 overcorrected just a little bit. But honestly, I know it looked like he overcorrected. I think he didn't want to come down on the 40, and he did what he thought was right. Watching the 78 Adam Jocelyn working on the back bumper right now of AJ Rogers. Remember AJ, I kind of talked about him, one of the favorites this season. Oh man, I'm getting way too close, I apologize. Last time by, he was a little bit slower. Actually, I take that back, he's a little bit faster than the 17. Right now, Dante Curtis still leading this race. And you can see he has checked out, once again, out 9/10 over second place. And you can see how much rubber's starting to lay down as well. Right there, you can really start to see that black strip really starting to work in. It's going to make these cars do interesting things. I don't know if it's going to tighten them up or what it's going to do. I would expect it would tighten them up. So it's going to make it do interesting things. So the track definitely changing. Especially now when we're over halfway. Looking at the next gen AJ Brissett car, behind that 26 Todd Kirkwood Transportation, or Kirkwood Transportation. Really good guy, that sponsor of that car is. Scott Austin, by the way, haven't spoken a lot about him tonight. Very talented super late model driver. Always seems to be right up there inside the top 10 or even higher than that. You can see as Scott Austin designs on the side of that car this season. As always, he does a great job on his paint schemes. Tim Bill's able to get around to 78. Just noticed that. Adam Johnson falls back to 4th. Bill's up to 3rd now. As we are 62 laps into this 100 lap race. Here from USA or Lakeland. 71 degree track temp. From here we go to Martinsville Speedway. That will be the first day race for these guys. And then from there, we go to a very interesting race that I'm actually looking forward to. And it is called the, let me actually get the schedule up again. I actually forgot the actual name of it. I apologize. We had a Midwest Power Source 100 in Richmond. Then we go to Southern National, one of my favorite tracks to actually watch, and that is for the Autism Awareness 100. I'm really looking forward to that race. I'm not going to lie. There's a couple of special paint schemes I think I'm going to be doing for that race for a couple of drivers. So really looking forward to that. Maybe a couple of helmets. Back here at Bob Loran, he's working on the back of Joseph McWhorter. Bob's actually moved up quite a bit. He was back in 16th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Back there running with Russell Chornetsky for a long time. Started to slowly work his way up. He always has a cool looking paint scheme. Usually runs the Caterpillar paint schemes, and you can see no different here tonight. Really cool looking on that 14 car. As he's looking underneath the 32, Joseph McWhorter didn't give him a ton of room. I don't know. I don't race in real life. I usually just watch these and I watch it and all that stuff. Go to the tracks and stuff. I understand the whole thing of holding people down. I understand it's part of racing. It's got to be frustrating for the guys that get held down. Every time I've raced, I've never really had an issue, mainly because I'm slow. But it's got to be, you know, kind of an issue, I think, for some of these guys that kind of get pinched just a little bit to the bottom. I'm sure the guys out there watching the broadcast know. And you can see it right here is the 14 underneath. Now, 32 is getting you plenty of room this time, and actually it's going to help the 32. He's going to be able to get the drive off because the McWhorter is still able to hold into that spot. Here comes the 18 of Donald Clark. Clark was really fast early in this race and got caught up in that wreck. His car actually not bad. At all, and honestly, he's one of the guys that I kind of said that could be an underdog as well this season. We'll just have to wait and see what happens over the long period of time. The only bad thing is right now is we're on lap 70 and he's back here in 12th. He definitely wants to be inside the top 10. If you could get inside the top 10 in points, you're still really well taken care of right now. A little bit outside the top 10 or back in the 21st position in points, you want to be. You know, want to think about higher, and the 14 going to hit the wall. That's going to bring out a caution, I believe. No caution flag as the 14 of Bob Loran goes around. That is absolutely huge. I don't think he had help. There's a car behind him. Trying to see. Nope, just lost it. And head first into the concrete, and that's going to blow him up and take him down pit road. Unfortunately, not the way that he wanted his season to start, and it looks like he will be finishing in the P number 18 position. Back here for second place, this is AJ Rogers, Tim Bills, Adam Jocelyn. Great racing here for position. AJ doing a really good job of being able to stay up towards the top two. Once again, I'll show you how much heat is in these tires or in the brakes. This is riding on board with the 37 of Tim Bills. A lot of bit of heat generated in the tires, that's for sure. Definitely don't want to overbrake in here. Right now it's the Ford, Chevy, and I believe that is a Toyota, maybe? I don't know. It's hard. iRacing actually don't have manufacturers, so a lot of these are made by people to make it look like the car. So it's a really good job, a really cool thing they do. So it's hard to kind of see some of the cars. We're watching the battle for second as Dante Curtis has pretty much checked out. As I mentioned, Dante, a teammate of Logan Runyon, a fantastic super late model racer. As Bills looks to the inside of Rogers here. Maybe he'll take his spot away, or will that outside start to play a factor? And it looks like it's going to. The outside, man, is really starting to come in on the exit. I'm not super surprised that the bottom line is really rubbered in. It's so tough to pass here. But I mentioned Dante. So far led 77 laps. And pretty much led every single lap so far. I mean, domination for the first race of the season by the 53 car. He has came in here and literally beat up on these guys, showing that he is not going to lay down easy this season. As the driver of the 53 continues to lead the way, start to put some cars a lap down already. Next will be the 502 of Kyle Lorraine, and currently right now Kyle is one lap down, unfortunately, as we got a caution flag, so he would not go one lap down. And who was the caution flag on? Trying to see. Guys, just trying to see. I don't really see any caution flags. I'm sure something happened. Was it the 25 right in front of the 25? AJ%? Oh, there we go. Who was that? 51 of Jason Day. Not where he wanted. And there you go. Contact from Scott Austin. He's going to send the 51 around. And you talk about putting a bumper to somebody. Well, he got the bumper. Boom. There he goes. So we're going to have a shootout on our hands. Guys, not bad at all. Once again, thanks to the sponsor of this race, Big C's Paint Shop. Check them out on Facebook. Does great work. Anybody that needs iRacing paint, check them out. Really cool looking logo as well. I love that logo. It's awesome. Pretty cool. There we go. Pace lights are on. And to give you an idea of Dante's car, no damage. A little bit of damage. A little bit. Nothing horrific. ProTeam.com on the front of that. There's AJ Rogers, our insurance options, Midwest Power Source, Tim Bills, the H&H Side Supply, the 78 Full Throttle, JA or Jab Productions, Brian Hacker, another insurance options, and Midwest Power Source, Scott Austin, the Scott Austin Designs car, Jason Day, Brendan Wilkinson, and the Kirkwood Transportation, love that car, another next-gen iRacing paint. Really cool looking paint scheme, actually. Definitely different. Joseph McWhorter and the 32. Jimmy Babs. 21. What is on the front of this? Let's see. LA Cajun Navy. State of Louisiana. Alright, that's awesome. Jason Tarasenko, Russell Charninsky. 70 Russell Brown Jr., Donald Clark, and the Carolina Contractor Solutions. There you go. Kyle Lorraine, and of course Bob Loran on pit road. So it's looking like we're going to have about 16 to go. We definitely could still finish under green if a caution was to come out a little bit early. Anything under 5 laps, by the way, guys, anybody watching that is curious about joining iRacing? Don't hesitate. Join now. Use code PR-GRC and get involved in iRacing. It's $5 a month if you use that code, or $5 for 3 months. I apologize. So definitely get involved in it. PR-GRC. As we get ready to go back green flag, the pace car pulls in. The green flag back out of the air. Lap 85. And it looks like that 53 car able to get around the 17. Here comes Tim Bills on the low side. He's going to have a run on the 17. That outside line slowly starting to work its way in on the restarts. Looks like AJ able to stay in front at the moment. Is able to clear the 37. He does. Meanwhile, 51, who just seen go around, got that spot back because that's where he wrecked out. Side by side with Scott Austin. This is for 6th place. Oh, we're having an accordion effect. Jason Day falls back just a little bit. Here comes the 26. Brendan Wilkinson working his way up to the field. The 25 cut the 51 a little bit of slack there. Oh, he just got turned. Caution flag, big wreck, 25 in the wall. And more trouble happens up in front. Let's see what happened. Oh, I don't know. Guys, be the judge. Oh, man, even more up in front. Man. Who was this? Ah, Big Z's pains. Man, it's Jimmy Babs. I think he just had nowhere to go. Yep, nowhere to go. Tarasenko involved in the 21. Well, a lot of cars involved in that one, guys. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Maybe fast, but you cannot escape all the wrecks. If you don't wreck sometimes in racing, well, you probably ain't racing the right way. You don't have a little bit of damage. Alright guys, here we go. Let's see what happens. Next week's going to be a fun race when we hit the paperclip of Martinsville Speedway. Here we go. Pace lights are about to go out on the Ford Mustang pace car. We're going to have 10 laps to go at the drop of the green flag, I think. No, we're going to have 9 to go. I apologize. 9 to go once we go back green. It's been a wild one. Not a bad race, though. It's been a really good race. Actually, pretty clean. We've had 5 cautions for like 23 laps, 24 laps. Not bad at all for the first race of the season. These guys, some of these guys have never raced really with each other besides practice or something like that. Not a lot of practice between them or race conditions. So, not a bad first race of the season, to be honest. Very clean. If you go back and actually look at season 1, last year's champion Todd Guerin won that race. We actually had 8 cautions. So we're actually down on the amount of cautions that we actually had last season for this race. Definitely not bad. We're going to finish under that. Definitely not bad, though. Looks like the pace lights are back on, by the way, still. So we're going to take another trip around USA Speedway. We should double them up now. 8 laps to go, so we can still finish under green. Remember, if it gets under 5 laps to go, that's where we'll see the caution in the race. There is no green, white checkered in iRacing, sadly. iRacing, please get on that. I mean, it's not like you guys are working on too much. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't bang me. I'm looking forward to the new Camaro coming out, though. That's going to be awesome. They do a good job. Alright, the pace car is about to pull down pit road. Let's see what happens. This could be green flag. Back out in the air, and it is once again Dante Curtis with a great restart. How about the battle for third? Adam Jocelyn going to get turned. Tried to clear it. He's going to lose a couple spots. Everybody trying to shake it up. We stay green for now as we go 3 wide. Oh, this is going to get bad. Donald Clark into the 78. 78 going to come, or 18 going to come down. We stay green still. No idea how that's possible. Up front. Man, that is insane back there. I see a car smoking. Do not know who that is. I see one car smoking on track. That is a 19 of Russell Charninsky. Up towards the front. Brandon Wilkinson looking to the inside. Not going to be able to get around Scott Austin just yet. That is a battle for fourth. Right behind them, we've got Brian Hacker in the 11. Hacker's had a great job. Wilkinson done even better. Started 17th up to 5th right now. Great job for the driver of the 26 car. Longer run setup. Looks like it did prevail so far. Here comes the 26. Taking up heat to the inside. Nothing's happening up front, so we'll stay with this. And the 26 able to take away 4th place from Scott Austin. Back up towards the front. A.J. Rogers trying to run down Dante Curtis. Last time by, Curtis faster by about a 10th over the 17 car. If a caution was to come out, the race will be over. Unfortunately for us, Charninsky is not going to come to an end. Looks like he will be finishing in the 16th position. Do not count him out, though. He's a very good driver. He'll rebound. Battle going to be for second. Tim Bills and A.J. Rogers. Last time by this still, the fastest car actually was Tim Bills last time in the 37. He's looking to the inside of the 17. Don't think he's going to get there. 2 laps to go. Here comes the 37 once again looking to the inside. If you're AJ, do you just want to give his spot up? I think we just got our answer, and no, he will not. Coming to the white flag this time. Sponsored by Big C's Paint Shop. White flag out of the air for the driver of the 53. Has led every single lap so far. Looking to lead the perfect race on the perfect night for NASRA. Coming through 3 and 4. Dante Curtis is going to march into victory lane in dominating fashion and win for RMS Racing. Tim Bills going to bring it home in second as the fireworks exploded. It actually scared me. A.J. Rogers finishes in 3rd. Brandon Wilkinson finishes 4th. Scott Austin, your top 5. Great opening night for these guys, man. That is a heck of a race tonight. Tough place to pass. Bills was able to get it done there at the end around 2nd, though. Curtis going to burn it down. Here on the front stretch, right in front of all the competitors. Look at me, dominating statement with the dominating performance with a statement saying I could be the one to watch out for this season. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our winner right now. That 03 car dominating tonight. Dante, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, opening night, when I came in here, I knew you was fast. You started in 2nd. I did not think you would dominate like that, man. What made you so fast tonight?
We got on here about 8 o'clock, you know, practice went up at 9, me and Logan got on here, we tested some stuff, you know, just threw something together really quick, and, obviously, I mean, we weren't where we wanted to be at in qualifying, you know, we was a little off there, and, just a little bit, but come race time, we was trying something different. We didn't run the preseason race here, we won the last preseason race at Stafford, but we hadn't tested here, so this was really a toss-up, but all in all, it worked out.
Yeah, man. Now, to start off the season, you're first now in the points as well, of course, because the win tonight and dominated the race tonight. Coming here, is this just your type of track? I know it's a super tough place to pass, but there was nobody really even in contention with you. I mean, you was pulling out. What was the key to that? Was it just, throwing the setup, something? What was the key to that setup? Was it drive off? What was the key to it?
Yeah, we was able to keep the drive off. We was just able. That was one of the best driving cars I've ever had. We tested, just over 20 laps, but so we throw it together. Thought about making a change, but decided against it, and it kind of worked out. Logan we was a little off to begin with, but Logan helped me out, showed me a little bit of a line, and tried that, and yeah.
I've seen you race a couple races now, quite a few, and of course Logan. I've seen him dominate leagues as well. Usually you two always up towards the front, man. But you come in here by yourself tonight, without a teammate. I think he spotted you maybe, but you come in here tonight and you do this. You just put a stamp on a season. The rest of these guys better be worried because you just beat some of the best super late model drivers in iRacing. Let's be honest, there's some really good drivers in here. With the exception of Logan, not in here tonight. But you come out here and you do it in dominant fashion, man. Good win for you. Good win for your team as well. Any shout-outs you want to give tonight for this season opener?
I'd just like to thank Runyon Motorsports, Dante Curtis Designs, and Brad Newman Photography. Logan just helps out so much, and he's a big help.
Man, congratulations on a win. Go out there and see if you can win the next one at Martinsville. That's another drive-off track, so good luck there, and we'll be talking to you there, I'm sure.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Next up, we'll bring in Tim Bills. I haven't spoken to old Tim here in a while, so we'll bring him in, who finishes in second. Hey, Tim, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, Dante was the class of the field, it looked like, and now you was able to put some good laps there towards the end. You got, I don't want to say held up, but you got around AJ, and you was actually putting faster laps down than the leader. Did you feel like you had the fastest car, or is there anything you could have done a little bit different, possibly, that you didn't have?
No, we just had a good race. They were so close, so hard to pass. I just did what I could do. I'm pleased with where it turned out. Dante was fast. You never know. He might have just been saving it until I got there too.
True that. You come in here a second now tonight. Not bad at all. Definitely a way to start out the season. I mean, the season's still a long way. 11 more races left from USA tonight. Head to Martinsville next week. What's going to be the key to getting to, a victory lane there? Is Martinsville the same type of track of what we see here? Drive off, very important here.
Yeah, same thing there. You got to be able to drive off the corner good there. Not be loose just coming off. You got to be able to get a good straight run off the corners. It's hard, nice and flat track. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. I'm looking forward to going to Martinsville. Love that track. Super flat, of course. Never know what's going to happen. Well, man, you guys put on a heck of a show for the season opener for this league tonight. Congratulations on second place. Started back and forth, so you worked your way up to second, finished there. Good pass, by the way, there at the end. Any shout-outs or anything like that you want to give out?
Yep, definitely. I want to shout out to my teammates at Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports, Russell Jarneski and Donald Clark, and I think I sponsored H&H Sign Supply and Justin Brooks Designs.
For sure, man. Good job tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you here next week as we get ready to go to Martinsville.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
Thanks a lot, man. Next up, we'll bring in third place, AJ Rogers. If I can find him, there he is. We'll pull him down as well and talk to him. Hey, AJ, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. I talked about who I think is going to really win this championship in the pre-race this season. You're one of the guys that pops up. Finished third tonight. Overall, you lost second place there at the end, but overall, are you satisfied with third place tonight?
Yeah, it definitely sucks to lose second on the last lap like that, but it's not worth risking, finishing 15th or worse.
Sure.
Just getting in with Tim and everybody and causing a big wreck at the end. Me and Tim had fun. It was a lot of fun racing with him. We were close. Adam too. Everybody.
Yeah, and I kind of, hinted around with Tim. I know you're not going to give too much away because setups and open setups, people's going to be watching. What is the main thing you guys are going to be focused on next week when we head to Martinsville? Is there one in particular thing that you're going to be working on, or is it just going to be a bunch of small things?
100% handling, but a lot of small things. There's something that's changed in the, I don't know, in the last build of this past season that's messed our setups up. So it's been a constant battle to try to figure out what we need to get them right. But I think we'll be pretty good. I got a lot of confidence
Let me
in our
ask you.
team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, because I was talking about it during the broadcast. What was the biggest thing you was fighting tonight on the longer runs? Did the car just get tight on longer runs? Was it just loose? What was the biggest thing you was fighting?
Um, just the track changing. I was kind of guessing that it would go a certain route, and I think I hit it okay. There was times that I could get back in the throttle and the car would hook, and then there was times that I could get back in the throttle where I was, and it would step out on me. So it was almost a guessing game there for a few laps, and then a couple restarts. Finding the outside was actually a little bit quicker at first was a good thing, but yeah, I can't complain. I'm happy with third. I think our team did fairly decent. Brian finished second. I know Bob had a little issue, but it's no big deal. Russell, everybody.
Yeah, I think
Jason.
most of them was running up there, solid into the top 12s, I think.
Yeah, we had Jason Terasink in our team speak with us, and then Jason Day. He was up there running up front with us, and yeah, we're a strong team. And that's one good thing that I really take a lot of pride in is our team.
Well, man, as I said, I mentioned in the pre-race, you're one of the picks I think to win this championship. You and Tim Bills comes to mind. Got to throw Dante in that mix now. But you guys did a great job tonight. Any shout-outs like that you want to give out before we get out of here and load up to head to Martinsville?
Well, definitely everybody puts this on you and Chuck and everybody. I got to give a big shout-out to Babs just because he talks all the time. But it's especially my sponsors and a huge shout out to my team. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at in this. So
that's for
huge
sure.
shout out there.
Well, good job, man. Go out there and see if you can put it in victory circle next week when we head to Martinsville. Good job tonight.
We're gonna try. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Congratulations to Dante Curtis, your winner. Big win for him tonight, and good racing all around. That's going to do it for us here tonight, though. Hope everybody enjoyed the race. We're going to be back live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. For Red Light Racing League. They'll kick off their second race of the season. Them guys always put on a good show. Usually caution-free. They're that clean. So we'll be with them tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. I hope everybody enjoyed the race, man, because I know I did. I hope y'all had a great time as well. Hope everybody tunes in tomorrow. We'll talk to y'all then. Have a great night, and God bless.